Morning. These are strange times, but thank God, MAF is still able to do necessary flights, and today we're going to bring some hope to a great family. I will introduce them to you later.
Delta 2 East Coast, got hotel line up, runway 10, wind calm, clear for takeoff.
Clear for line up and takeoff, Whiskey Oscar Hotel.
It's been an absolute beautiful, stunning morning. Great sunshine, very calm air. I've been in the air now for a little over 2 hours. About half an hour ago I passed the last proper road, and I have another hour and 40 minutes to go, where most things I will see is just rivers and trees, not much else. So the place we go to is on the Congo border, a place called Luau. It's a total of 3.5 to 4 hour flight from Lubango. From there, then tomorrow we will move on to Luanda, which is another 3.5 to 4 hours depending on the wind. It's very strange to fly during lockdown. I've been in the air for over 2 hours. I've heard 9 radio calls. I've recorded all of them, and if I heard it well, that's only 4 planes, and that's me having 3 frequencies on the radio open at all times. So this includes all international air traffic that comes over Angola, and half of these planes are military planes that are still flying out here. So it's very, very quiet, just me up here. I can imagine that family we go and pick up are very busy now, getting their home ready, saying goodbyes. Yeah, we're going to have a look at their house. I'll stay there for a night, get a better idea.
Hello, Delta 2 East Coast Hotel on the ground.
Hello!
Hi Brian. Good
Been waiting for a bit?
Yeah, no, we just got here 10 minutes ago.
Nice. Ready packing?
Yeah.
Oh wow! That's
We're pretty good. Yeah, we're getting there. We still have some bags to pack. So
Yeah.
to do, but it's okay.
excellent. Good. Yeah, I'll just need to get the plane ready for tomorrow. I brought extra fuel in a drum.
Yeah, I don't know how long these health guys will take.
No, but so I'll just start fueling. Then at least I can do something. I guess they need my temperature or so.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
All right. So I need to wait for the health guy. I guess they do want to do a check on me if I'm not any danger. And in the meantime, I can fuel the plane. I can get the drum out. Yeah, and then we'll wait for him and see what's gonna happen. My son is 9, and then my daughter Salome, she's gonna be 8 in June.
I'm gonna be 8
Almost
in
the
May.
same.
I'm gonna be 8 in May. May 30th.
Ooh, big party in Canada. Sure, you don't want to come to Lubango? I like big parties. No?
No.
Big party on the beach.
Oh, that sounds like an excellent idea. Lots of cake.
I haven't seen the beach in forever. My favorite animal is a horse. Isn't it?
I see that.
Isn't it Uncle Steve's birthday too?
Yeah, we're we live isolated anyways. This isolation business is kind of normal for us here. Although we don't get to see our friends out in the village and around. That's the hard part, but we're really thankful for MAF.
Yeah, without MAF, we wouldn't be able to make it to the capital at this point in time. So it really just shows me a couple things. It shows me, one, when we feel like we're on the edge of the world here in the WOW, we actually are on the edge of the world here in the WOW. And two, the beauty of an organization like MAF and what MAF is doing in Angola and in scores of countries around the world. And Kaylee and I, after quite a bit of prayer, had peace about just letting the consulate know. We are Joel and Kaylee Griffin. We're Canadians. We work in Luau Mushiku, Angola, and we work in spreading the gospel, teaching the Word of God. We focus a lot with children and young people, but we also do Bible studies for adults and teaching the scriptures. Of course, living in a place like Luau, there's lots of opportunities to try and help people leave poverty behind, and that's always in the back of our minds as well. It's not a quick fix, but seeking to show the love of Christ any way we can and to teach the scriptures and spread the gospel. The easiest city to get to from here is Saurimo, and it takes us about 4 hours to travel from here to Saurimo, and that's where we would do our shopping for groceries, big grocery shops, particular construction supplies we can't get here in town, things like that. We pick up our mail in Saurimo, etc.
Do for fun in Luau. There are no restaurants that we can eat at. There are no parks to play at. We do a lot of activities together as a family. We go for bike rides, go for walks. What else do we do? Play a lot of games here, board games.
Family movie night.
Family movie night, Friday night, yeah, pizza night, that kind of thing. When the world began to react to coronavirus and measures were taken in Angola, everything immediately came to a stop here. We were not allowed to gather in groups. The kids couldn't come over anymore. Unfortunately, we weren't allowed to go into the village and have our kids work with them. Also, we have home Bible studies that Joel does, and those groups had to stop as well. So unfortunately, it seemed like everything kind of came to an end for us right now.
When we began to see that COVID-19 was having a real impact in Angola, primarily because of the preventative measures, because of the government, and prudent measures of the government, we immediately began to prepare ourselves to have shortages, especially here in Luau. It's such an isolated place, kind of on the end of the line, literally on the edge of the country. So we stocked up on diesel fuel, and we stocked up on cooking gas, and we went and did a great big shop on our last voyage to Saurimo. As we reached the border between our province and the other province, our temperatures were taken, and so we could just feel that things were changing. Yeah. And we were very thankful when we got everything in place, and we felt like we were set for a couple months. And originally we were planning on having this present term in Angola extend until July of this year. And but as Kaylee and I, just praying together, thinking together, with the global uncertainty, the situation because of COVID-19 in Canada presently is actually worse than the situation of COVID-19 due to COVID-19 in Angola. And so we're thinking about our families, we're thinking about aged relatives, all of these uncertainties. When July comes, will we be able to get back for our planned furlough?
Are things going to be worse in Angola at that time? Perhaps still closed and maybe closed for months after that. We don't really know how long this is going to last for. And we've already started to notice just shortages in the marketplace. We really can't get any produce anymore in our local market, and we actually can't even make that trip anymore to Saurimo due to the travel restrictions.
I think the factor is that our planned furlough was in July, but all of a sudden ministry is totally on hold as well. Those are other factors. So just prayerfully, we decided, why don't we just contact the consulate of Canada in Luanda, let them know that we're out here. And I think that one thing that this has done for my faith is that we did come to the point, because we have mixed feelings, as we go back to Canada, we're leaving an important part of our lives, and we're leaving people we love here, a ministry that we're deeply invested in. We really needed to have peace before the Lord, and it came to the point where if God opens the way for us to leave Luau and get to the capital city at this point in time, which was a massive hurdle because of travel restrictions and road conditions in the country right now. If the Lord did that, praise His name. But also if He didn't do that, praise His name, we would have peace knowing that He wants us still right here in Luau for the time being.
Yeah, no matter how hard it got.
Yeah. Anyway, we were able to, at this point in time, the Canadian Embassy got involved to try and get approval for a special flight by Mission Aviation Fellowship to come to Luau and to fly us to the capital city, because road travel was extremely risky, if not impossible, from Luau to the capital city. And so it just came right down to this option of a flight from MAF. And so we're very thankful that MAF is here in Angola and is able to service such a flight. And the approval request was placed, and we waited, we held our breath. You know, will this be approved? Because everything hinged on, will the MAF flight plan to come to Luau and take us to Luan to be approved? And we got the message, I think it was around 4 o'clock or 4:30 on Monday afternoon, approved. And this was a miracle because, if I understand correctly, similar flight requests, similar flight plans in the week prior had not been approved. And so we just gave God the glory for that approval, and He gave us peace that we should carry on with this present course of action. And
we plan to come back as a family after our scheduled furlough, and we really hope and pray that the COVID measures will be lifted by then, and we'll be able to continue on with our work here.
You can see how the kids, they just gravitate to you as a new person that speaks English. They absolutely love it, because we haven't had any visitors here.
How many months?
Since early September, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Oh, they're really excited to go home. Yeah, it's been a long time since they've seen family, and it's been a long time since we've had visitors. So,
Yeah, so that is true. The kids have jumped on me like an uncle, I guess. It's very clear that they don't have a whole lot of English-speaking people out here. It's been a blast. It's been very hard to social distance, if not impossible. But it was real fun. They've been telling stories. We've been jumping on the trampoline and all sorts of stuff. They seem very excited to go fly tomorrow. So it's been a joy to be here with this family. Crazy in a time like this, and I'm very impressed by the good attitude that everyone has out here. Awesome.
You guys are excited?
Luanda International Airspace, no other radio call. 0. That's just special time. Special time.
We won't forget this, Brian.
No, we won't. Alright, so that was a very successful flight, hopeful flight. All went well, the kids really enjoyed it. They should be in the terminal right now waiting for their flight that leaves tonight. And tomorrow around this time they should be getting very close to home. I have another 2 hours to go back to Lubangu and back to my family. I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit what's going on. It was a very strange flight. There's almost no other planes flying. It's very special that God arranged this, that we were able to do it. Just enjoy the view, and we'll see you next time.